Hey everybody, welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is Thursday, which means it is Booklist Thursday. Booklist Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book. Thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. So today's theme is we want to tell you about 5 debut books from authors that were just phenomenal. So with any debut book, so it's the first published book from that author. And if I go into it knowing it's their first one, I give them a little grace because sometimes, more often than not, it's not quite as good as it can possibly be because authors tend to get better over time. Just like anybody doing anything over time, you get better. But these 5 books were just exceedingly wonderful and perfect and just awesome 5-star reads. So first one I want to talk about is Wayward. This is by Amelia Hart. This book has all kinds of witchy vibes, and we follow, I think there's 3 timelines. So we have 2019, 1619, and 1942. And we follow 3 women who are all related. They're all they all live at the Wayward cottage, and kind of the magicalness that comes with being in that family and being as part of this cottage. It was so fantastic. I love this cover. I love the little mystery surrounding them. The time period, so the 1942, we have World War II going on. 2019, we have Kate who's fleeing London to Wayward Cottage that she inherited from her great aunt. And she's kind of getting away from a life she's not all that happy with. And then 1619, Alpha is awaiting trial for murder of a local farmer. And we go from there. So they all tie together. It's a pretty quick read and it is so fantastic. I loved it so much. The next book I want to talk about is a backlist book, but definitely worth recommending, but be aware it's not a book for everybody. So it's All the Wonderful, I get this wrong every time, All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. This is by Bryn Greenwood. So this follows Wavy, and she's growing up in a pretty tough situation. She's the daughter of a drug dealer. That should explain it enough. And she doesn't really trust a lot of people. She's been in charge of her brother for a long time, and his name's Daniel. And she's only, she's 8 years old at the time that this story starts, and she's pretty much the only responsible adult around the place. So she's outside one time and she witnesses a motorcycle wreck. And it's Kellen, who is someone that works for her father. He's an ex-con. And they form this very interesting friendship from that moment forward. And so you follow that friendship as it grows and as Wavy gets a little older and Kellen gets a little older, and kind of what happens from there. There are parts of this I didn't want to like, but I liked. And there's parts of this that just... It's a conflicting book. It's a conflicting book. We're gonna give it that. And it's a debut. So the fact that this brought so much out of me and it's her first novel, it's just amazing. It's amazing. So let's see. What do we go with next? We'll stick with some historical fiction. So, 4 Treasures of the Sky by Jenny Ting-Yu Zhang. I don't know that. This one, super interesting because, does it talk about it back here? She's a Chinese-American writer. And how did it, now I'm gonna question myself. She got inspiration for this novel, I think from just seeing like one of those random historical site signs. Okay, yeah. 2014, her father returned from a work trip through the northwestern region of the United States with an interesting anecdote. He was driving through Pierce, Idaho, when he saw a marker referencing a Chinese hanging. The marker described the story of how 5 Chinese men were hanged by vigilantes for alleged murder of a local white store owner. And he asked in all seriousness if she could write a story out of that for him in order to solve the mystery of what happened. So she did, and that's this book. So we follow Dayu, never wanted to be like the tragic heroine for whom she was named. But when she's kidnapped and smuggled across an ocean from China to America, she must relinquish the home and future she thought she'd have. Over the years that follow, she's forced to keep reinventing herself to survive. She works all over the place and ends up working at a shop tucked in the Idaho mountains. And she's on a quest to outrun the tragedy that chases her. As anti-Chinese sentiment sweeps across the country, she must draw on each of the selves that she has been in order to finally claim her own name and her own story. So she used her father's story as inspiration to write this, and this was fantastic. Loved it. 5 stars. Wonderful. I want more from her. Like, her dad needs to bring her more ideas. That's all I need to say. And then we have A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. I will read every Stacey Willingham book after this because this was fantastic as well. We have Chloe. She's 12. When Chloe was 12, 6 teenage girls went missing in her small Louisiana town. By the end of the summer, her own father had confessed to the crimes and was put away for life. Not a great start for her, right? Now, 20 years later, Chloe is a psychologist in Baton Rouge and getting ready for her wedding. While she finally has a fragile grasp on the happiness she's worked hard for, she feels like she's being pulled kind of back home. So when a local teenage girl goes missing and then another, that terrifying summer comes crashing back. She's paranoid. She's seeing parallels. She's seeing repeated behavior. But is she looking for that? Is that what's really happening? Is it not? What is it? So for a second time in her life, is Chloe about to unmask a killer? So she kind of dives deep into it. And this, Stacey will take you on a ride, and it's fantastic. It's so good. I love it. Pick up this one in all of Stacey Willingham books. And then the last one I want to talk about, and I'm pretty sure this is a debut, so hopefully I got it right. But A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman. I'm on a Bachman kick this summer. I'm not sorry about it. So this one follows an old man named Uwe, and he has new neighbors moving in. He lives by himself. His wife passed away a while ago. And he's got his own routines. He's got his thing down pat, and these people are moving in and they're not doing it right. So it's just a look into his life, living alone, and then this family that he doesn't want to befriend because he's just this old curmudgeon, but you can't help but fall in love with him, and he's just fantastic. So pick up that book as well, or any Frederick Bachman book. Honestly, they're so fantastic. So that should give you 5 fantastic debut novels to check out. Trust me on all of these. Don't sleep on them. Read them right away if you haven't already. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel, see what good debut novels that she has for us today. And if you have a good debut to share with the world, leave that in the comment, please, because we all need to know what that is. If you don't have that and you just want to say hi, leave a number 1 or first place sign or a ribbon, something down there to just give me a wave and let me know that you're here, because I love to see that in the comments. Otherwise, subscribe and like this video, and I will chat with you next time. Bye.